Hello, and welcome to another episode of Great News WCDS. It's Friday, or possibly Saturday, because your beloved host was quite sickly the last 2 days. But that's neither here nor there, because it's the Valentine's Day special episode. So let's pump right into the news. Starting up with our preschool. This week was all about love and Valentine's Day, and we can let these pictures speak for themselves. Aww. 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 Thank you, Dax, for the flower. In junior kindergarten in science, Miss Brittany kept the love theme going and taught a lesson on heartbeats. She used a cup of water with a balloon on the top and attached the cups with a bent straw. The children then pumped the balloon to transfer the water into the other cup to represent how our heart circulates the blood. That's pretty cool. She also gave them a marshmallow with a toothpick poked inside. The children placed it on their wrists while they observed their pulse. Hopefully they took the toothpicks out before they ate the marshmallows, or they might not continue to have a pulse. And of course, Valentine's Day party! Here's Charlie! And Caston. Aww. Moving on to our senior kindergarten. As SK worked on the various components of their passports, they included country stamps and passport seals. They shifted their focus to a new topic in math that goes perfectly with their travels. Welcome to the wonderful world of money and time, two things I never seem to have enough of. They discussed the different kinds of coins and bills and worked hard to mentally figure out different combinations to make $1. They will then discuss how the fluctuating strength of the US dollar contributes to the uncertainty of the Nasdaq index, which is currently down 0.2%, while oil futures hold steady at $79 a barrel. Good luck tomorrow. And of course, Valentine's Day party. Look at those apples and Capri Suns, none of them turning into the silver from the commercial. That's how old I am. And here's Stella with her Panda Bear Valentine's Day box. Well done, Stella. On to our first grade. The cupcake wars are upon us. After reading The Cupcake, first grade was challenged to create and describe the ultimate cupcake. They will then hold a contest to see who has the winning cupcake. Stay tuned next week to find out the winner. Here's Theron and Grace working on their cupcakes. And of course, Valentine's Day party, party, party. Here's Allie with her mailbox-shaped Valentine's Day box. Well done, everyone. Okay, up next, our second grade. The seconds are ticking by as second grade continues working with clocks. Second grade can now tell time all the way to the minute. They're even starting making their own model clocks. No word yet as to whether they are going to explain to me how time slows down the closer it gets to the speed of light. They also did a special Valentine's Day social emotional learning activity where the kiddos wrote love letters to themselves. They really want to encourage self-love in and out of the classroom. Such a valuable lesson for all of us. You must love yourself before you can love someone else. And of course, say with me, Valentine's Day party. Here we are. We've got Amelia, Ava R., and Farron there giving the peace sign. And here's Marley and Beckley, I'm sure discussing the different kind of candies they're going to eat. And Ava T. and Lily. Well done, Valentine's Day, second grade. Coming up next, we have our third grade. In the reading realm, third grade started a class novel, Frindle. They have read chapters 1 through 8 this week and will wrap up the book next week. If you see a third grader around, ask them what a Frindle is. In the theater realm, after a few classes of rehearsals, third grade got a chance to tread the boards and perform for each other a version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. They got a chance to be chairs and beds and bears. Oh my! And of course, Valentine's Day party. It appears third grade did not submit any pictures before broadcast time. Maybe next week, third grade. Into fourth grade. What do we have? All the chicks have names! The students observed behaviors and documented how many times each ate or drank. They use their observations to determine a pecking order and identify possible roosters. Students are beginning to care independently for chicks as they learn how to fill the waterer and feeder and appropriately pick them up. Here we have our very own chicken whisperer, Miles Mulder, who was able to lull his chicken to sleep simply by humming him lullabies. Ah. And of course, not yet Valentine's Day party in 4th grade drama class, the kiddos learned a game called Slideshow. Which, after I explained what a slide is, they had a great time acting out and posing in the pictures, as one of them recounted the story of their most recent vacation. And now, Valentine's Day party! Up next is our 5th grade. The 5th grade began self-control boot camp this week. As they really start to hone in on what their next few years will look like in middle school, they work together to identify areas of improvement as they learn to lead and grow as individuals. Students reflected on what areas of their life they struggle to control and how this plays a part in their daily lives. Maybe I should attend so I can learn how to stop playing Tetris on my Game Boy when I should be helping with dinner. And of course, Valentine's Day party! Look at that Rubik's Cube Valentine's Day box. Well done, 5th grade. On to our middle school branch campus. With Miss Ferris this week, students became familiar with different instruments that measure. All ending in meter, they discussed how root words can help us in science remember definitions. They learned about a hydrometer, refractometer, barometer, thermometer, and flow meter. The students then tested each instrument. Next week, they will build a flux capacitor. In English, with Mrs. McFadden, they continued their novel study of the Parker inheritance. This book has served as a springboard for discussion on Black history. It is also a mystery in which more clues about the inheritance are introduced in each chapter. They enjoyed completing a series of logic puzzles in order to determine who poisoned Snow White's Valentine chocolates. Spoiler alert, it was Dopey. And we've reached our Kind Kid of the Week. This is our Kind Kid shout out. A reminder, this is a kid who goes above and beyond to do the best for what's great on campus. This week's Kind Kid comes to us from Miss White, and it is Parker Wally in 4th grade. Miss White says, he always helps clean the classroom at the end of the day without being asked. Parker is also in charge of cleaning the chicken containers. He takes pride in this and has done a fantastic job. Well done, Parker, and thanks for making our campus a cleaner place. And lastly, we have our words of wisdom, which also come from Mrs. Grace, since she's the only one who filled out my form this week. She says, be somebody that makes everybody feel like a somebody. Great words of wisdom from Mrs. Grace. And that wraps up another episode of Great News WCDS. Keep the great news coming, and we will see you next week.